All right, we're on chapter 7, the second half of section, 7.1. Yesterday we gave you one formula. It is y equals a times 1 plus or minus r to the t. Where basically your a value was your start, your y value was however much you had at the end or whatever it was, and then you had a rate and a time. All right, so for interest and things along those lines, but very similar equations. It's a little more involved, but it's the same type of thing. We're going to use this one. It is A equals P, parentheses, 1 plus R over N to the NT. All right, now I will say this. These are accountants, so they like to use their own letters, just like scientists like to use their own letters. Whatever. This Y and this A down here, those are the same thing. That's your ending point. This little a and the big P, those are also the same thing. Those are both your starting points. Your little a and your big P. Your T is still your time. Your R is still your rate. N is the only really new thing here. Okay? And so let's define all our terms real quick. So A is the ending amount. And this is all about money. P is your starting amount. R is your rate as a percentage. T is time. All right. Typically in years, but we're going to deal with years, but it can be whatever you want. N is the only new one. N, let me change colors again. N equals the number of times compounded annually. A-N-N-U-A-L-L-Y. Annual is just another word for per year, if you're not used to that term. But basically, the number of times compounded per year. Compounding interest goes like this. Most of the time, if you have a credit card or a car loan or a bank loan or whatever, they're going to compound interest monthly. They're not going to do it once at the beginning of the term or once at the end of the term. Basically, like every January, if I go January, February, March, on January, they're going to calculate the interest and add it to your balance. Then the next month, they're going to do it again, calculate the interest, add it to your balance. And again on March, then again on April, then again on May. Every month, they are going to calculate the interest and add it to how much you owe. Okay, that's called compounding. Okay, which the reason it's compounding is because if I haven't paid January's bill at all, next month I'm paying interest on the interest I just earned. You follow me? So it kind of snowballs and that's why I call it compounding, because it builds on itself if it's not being properly taken care of. All right, any questions so far? And compounding, you got to know how many times it's happened in a year. So we're going to use different terms. Like if we say something is done monthly, well, how many times in a year are you going to do it? 12. All right, you'd be surprised how many people struggle with that one. Don't know why. If I do it annually, how many times a year are we going to do it? Once. If I do it daily, how many times are we going to do it? 365. If I did it quarterly, how many do you think? If you did something quarterly,
every 4 months,
you would do it how many times? 4. Because there's 4 quarters in a dollar. 4 quarters in a basketball game, or in a football game. Anyways, that sort of thing. If they did it, now the last one that kind of throws things, if they say something is semi-whatever, like semi-annually means it happens twice a year. All right, semi-monthly, which means it happens twice a month, so 24 times in a year. If they throw the word semi in front of it, it means it happens twice, whatever the time period is. Does that make sense? All right, that's just the verbiage that's used. All right, so here we go. Problem 1. It says you deposit $9,000 into account paying 1.46% annual interest. Find the balance after 3 years if interest is compounded quarterly. So we're going to start off let's list our terms out. We got A, P, R, N, and T. Okay? So we're talking about $9,000 here. Is that a starting amount? Are we depositing that in the beginning, or is that the amount in the end that we're taking out? It's your starting point, because that's your depositing. That's what you're starting with. So which letter is starting off? Which one?
A.
P. P. P is your start. A is your end. I know the previous equation, A was your start and Y was your end. It's just let accountants be accountants. So that is $9,000 for your P value. Okay, R is your rate. So what's your rate? 1.46. But how do we use that? 0.1. Not quite. 0.0146. You have to move that decimal twice. Once, twice. So this one you have to add the 0 to it. All right, your T, how long are we doing this for? 3 years. So that's your 3. Your N, what would your N value be? 4. Why? Because it says compounded quarterly. So that's 4 times. All right. So A is the one they didn't give us, so A is the one we're going to solve for. Okay, this formula is going to come up quite a number of times over the course of this chapter. Okay, but any questions on we got any of those numbers?
The N.
The N. N is a number of times compounded. It says interest is compounded quarterly, which there are. You can think 4 quarters in a dollar, 4 quarters in a football game. I guess it doesn't work with soccer. Sorry, doesn't work with hockey either. Anyways, so here we go. Let's fill up the equation. We don't know A, so A. Your P value, okay, 9,000. Parentheses, 1 plus. And it says R. Well, R is 0.0146. Divided by N, well, that's 4. To the power of NT, so that's 4 times 3. And I'll slide that down so you can see the equation. I basically just filled that sucker in. Cool? All right. Now, don't let that equation freak you out. All right? Don't say, oh my God, this is a lot of numbers, a lot of parentheses, a lot. Don't worry about that. Let's switch over to a calculator, which you don't. Oh, there's my son. Where's the calculator? There it is. Hi, son. All right, there we go. So just type it in just like you see it. It is 9,000 parentheses 1 plus 0.014. Is it? Oop, I dropped the 0. 0.14. Is it 6 or 3?
6.
6. Divided by 3. That's where I got the 3 from. Oh, is it 4? Thank you. To the 4 times 3. All right. Feel free to make it look exactly like what you got on your page. And yes, use a division sign for your fraction if you haven't figured that out yet. That would be a great time to let that sink in. And then hit enter. $9,402.21. Question. Why did I stop after 2 decimal places? Because it's what? Because it's money. Exactly. You're talking about money, you want 2 decimal places. Trust me, your bank will round to the penny. They want their pennies. Again, that's just how accountants are. My father was an accountant. They go down to the pennies. I love my father. That's just how it is, though. I already forgot the number. Was it? 02.21. And that's how much you owe. Oh, that's how much you'll get at the end.
Oh my God.
That's how much you owe. Well, actually, honestly, if you take a $9,000 loan, and same idea, they charge you that much interest. If you pay the whole thing off after 3 years, that's what you will owe at the end of 3 years. It's not, to borrow $9,000 for 3 years to pay $402 for it, it's not actually a bad gig. All right, it may sound like a lot of money, but you're borrowing a lot of money. All right? Anyways, any questions on this at all? Anything you want to talk about?
No.
All right, letter B. You deposit $8,600 into an account that pays 1.32% annual interest. Find the balance after 4 years if the interest is compounded monthly. Okay, here's what I want you to do. Don't yell it out. I want you to start filling out A, P, R, N, T, and then write your equation. Okay? Take a second, fill all that out, write your equation.
So monthly.
All right. And let's fix that 2 right there.
Why would you copy me?
Why would you copy me? That's actually a really good question.
Well, I got that except it's 12 at the
Oh,
bottom.
yeah. 12 months, just don't forget that part. All right, so just to kind of clarify a little bit, this actually, why you divide by 12, this turns your yearly rate into a monthly rate is what's actually going on here. Like it's 1.32% a year. Well, if you divide that by 12, this is the percent each month. So that's what that, if you wanted to know, that's what that part does. That just confuses the mess out of you. Ignore it. And just fill in the equation and go. All right, any questions on that? Sweet, let's solve it. Come on. Boop. Remote desktop.
So daily, what gonna be?
We'll do that in just a minute. You're getting ahead of me. So 86,000 parentheses, 8,600, I'm sorry. 1 plus 0.01, I forgot the number already. 32 divided by 12. Tired.
12 times 4.
12 times 4.
4 times 12.
Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
All right. At the end of 4 years, you will have $9,066 and how many cents?
1 cent.
No,
2 cents.
2. Again, the bank is going to want that penny. So it's $9,066 and 2 cents.
I'm gonna be an accountant.
Go right ahead. I actually think you really could be an accountant. There's a lot of people invested in money. So if you're going to steal money as an accountant, you got to be a good accountant. Just being honest with you. All right? It's hard. Because the other accountants around you know how to look for money too. That's what it is. All right. How are we doing this? Give me 5 to 1. 5, I got this form. Okay, 3 and 2, I lost 1. Save. Sweet. Slide down. Let's do the last one. Now, I'm going to switch the last one up just a little bit. All right. I'm going to change the way it reads. I'm going to scratch out. Okay, so an account that pays 1.46, find the balance. Basically, here's what I'm going to write. If you want, W-A-N-T, 9, because my pen was being screwy, $9,000 in 3 years. How much, see, that's why, much, S-H-O-A, should, sure, you invest now. Okay, so basically we're doing this from a different perspective. Okay, let's say you want $9,000 at the end of a 3-year term. Okay, so this $9,000, what variable is that $9,000 going to go into now? A, because it's your ending point. So we got A, P, R, N, and T. So in this case, your A is going to be $9,000. Okay. What is your rate going to be?
0.0146.
Good. 0.0146. How long is this going to be? What's your T value? 3. Last but not least, what would your N be? 365. If you take a bath every day, you are going to take 365 baths in a year. You said that ain't going to happen? You're going to skip a day somewhere, I guess. Or is that what it is? You went camping that day, I guess. All right, so in this case, we're solving for P. So fill it all in. 9,000 equals P times 1 plus 0.0146 over 365 to the 365 times 3. Cool. Anybody got any qualms with that? All right, so to solve this, you need to be able to look at this as one big piece. Think of that like a giant X. Think of this part of the yellow as a giant X. How do I get this giant X away from P? how do I move it to the other side?
Multiply.
Well, it's currently multiplying. Those were multiplying each other, so you
Divide.
divide. Now, do you need to rewrite the whole thing? No. Just say divided by all of that. So it's going to be similar to calculating. Instead of saying 9,000 times all of that, you're going to say 9,000 divided by all that mess. Cool? So if you're solving for A instead of P, it's the same process, except you're dividing. Okay? It's really not any harder. So here we go. Let's do that right fast. Boom, boom, boom. 9,000 smackaroonies divided by, instead of multiplying, times 1 plus 0.0146 divided by 365 days in a year to the 365 times, is it 3 years or 4 years? 3. All right, so you got it like that with a divide instead of a multiply because you're solving for A. We're solving for P, I'm sorry. So you need to invest $8,614 and how many cents?
32.
32, thank you. 8614.32. 8614.32.
Wait. Oh.
So P equals 8614 and 32 cents. Cool? Huh? Did you say no? No. 30. All right.
We work